this is not the official sounder because this is not an official segment, but we're going to talk about a trailer for a movie about Spider-Man that doesn't star Spider-Man, and I'm going to call it
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Because
You
good
should have
luck.
told me I needed to make a sounder.
No, I just thought that'd be fun to do.
It is fun to do.
But because if you're gonna make a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man, all I can say is to the box office.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Good luck, motherfucker. But there are Spider Women in it.
Yes.
Which
so
I don't
let's talk
understand.
about Madam Web.
Let's.
Another movie that exists that probably shouldn't. I don't know. I'm really just gonna.
She's not even
I'm
a
gonna call
minor
this-
character in the comics.
I'm really gonna call this segment. Really, Madam Web? We're gonna do that? All right.
Let's call this segment "What the Fuck, Sony."
I don't even know how to describe this trailer because first of all, we get Dakota
Yeah,
Johnson.
it doesn't make any sense.
Who
at all.
I'm not particularly a fan of.
She's pretty, but I don't think she's that great of an actress.
I don't either. Then we have Sydney Sweeney as Julia Carpenter.
Who is a Spider Woman?
There's 2 Spider Women
Yes,
in this movie,
and they show them
and
in their.
Arachni.
Yes,
Because-
there's they show many instances of these women with their costumes on that look suspiciously like Spider-Man. Oh, and who are they fighting? Spider-Man?
But it's not. It's Ezekiel.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
He's like Spider-Man.
Huh?
He's like he's if I remember correctly.
Was it during the fucking stupid ass Clone Saga? It was, wasn't it? It was a dumb
I think it
fucking
was, dude.
ass
I think it was
Ben
around-
Reilly spin-off bullshit.
No. Well, here's the thing. Let's get into this.
Don't
Let's
fucking
get
toy with
into
me.
the.
Don't fucking toy with me.
I'm gonna look up because I want to get the other names.
Okay. Should I look up Ezekiel?
Well, okay. So Ezekiel, from what I remember, was around in the '90s. If I remember correctly,
Which was
He
during
had,
the Clone Wars
had-
saga. The Clone
yes,
Saga.
he
sorry.
had powers like Peter, but he wasn't a clone. I don't think. I don't remember. But the idea of him being a serial killer is great. But here's the most.
Is it?
Listen to me, man. Here's the most insane part of this movie. We haven't even gotten to it. Did you know Emma Roberts is in this movie? You remember that? She's in this movie as Mary Parker. Adam Scott is in this movie as Ben Parker. So what you're saying is we're going to be in a universe where they're trying to
I forget
save
we're not on video.
They're trying to save Ben and Mary Parker? Is that what we're doing here? Because what the fuck is this movie? So based on this trailer, we've got Ezekiel, who's like a serial killer Spider-Man, who worked with Madam Web's mom in the jungle studying spiders, which is one of the weirdest line deliveries of a trailer. It's getting memed as shit. I can't even... It's almost insane, the timing of this trailer. Like, wow, you really calculated that, didn't you, Sony? Well, it's just funny because the Marvel stuff happens. It comes
Right.
out, all this stuff happens, and then it's almost like Sony's like, well, you didn't like that female-led
You're gonna
superhero
hate
movie.
this.
You're gonna fucking
Hate this shit.
Because the Marvels seems like it actually, I don't know, had a plot and had things that made sense in the universe. I don't know what the fuck this Madam Web movie is
I read the
be.
Wikipedia synopsis and it said like, what did they call her? An EMT gets into an accident and earns the ability to see into the future of spider-related people or some shit.
So, okay, did you ever? So do you?
Shut
Was
up.
Madam Web in the comics, or was that something that was made up?
You
for
know
the
what, Madam Web-
cartoon?
I believe she was in the comics, but before my time. Okay, so let me explain something. When I was growing up, there was a comic. There was Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker. Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker with the Spectacular Spider-Man, and then Web of Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man came later.
And she showed up in 1980. So she showed up in the comics.
So a little before my time.
Before the cartoon.
But there was also Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man. And what that was all reprints of his first, like they literally started with Amazing Fantasy and went forward, right? So I read like a lot of issues during that
Yeah.
comic, like a decade afterwards, and for a long time I thought they were new stories, like they were contemporary stories. I didn't understand the idea of reprints or whatever. So I didn't really start reading comics for real until like probably we moved to. I mean, I did, but following them and shit until we moved to Iowa, really.
Yeah.
But I do remember there was this computer game called Quest, and it starred Spider-Man, the Hulk, and I can't remember, but it was this weird villain type dude, and Madam Web was a big part of the story, and she was this really old lady who sat in this web throne, but she also, like, her lower body was like a spider or something. So she wasn't like a human.
Yeah, she's in the
She
cartoon,
resurfaced during the Clone Saga, I think.
In the cartoon,
But I was done reading by then.
she's in the chair, she spins the web of all the spider people, the totems.
Right,
and all
she's
that
like
shit.
an oracle.
Pretty
type of
much.
person,
And
yeah.
she's kind of she's like the Loki of the multiverse of spider people, pretty much. That's the best way I can describe her. Like, she's holding all the spider timelines
I can't believe
together.
we're describing a movie made about this fucking minor fucking character.
That's what kills me. Why does Sony keep doing it? Kraven the Hunter. It can be such. Honestly, in the last few years, I've seen different writers' takes on the character, and I think it's a character that's gotten better in the last few years. I mean, Kraven's Last Hunt's great, but I mean, like, even current stuff.
But
has
that's
some,
also the last Kraven.
I mean,
If you're trying to make a Sinister Six movie.
well, the Spider-Man 2 game, I loved his portrayal. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But his portrayal in that game is the Last Hunt, pretty much. Like, they tell it in a different way.
Yeah.
But-
you told me that.
Yeah.
Um,
But what I was trying to wrap up with that thought is, like, Kraven the Hunter is a compelling character in a Spider-Man story.
right.
He's a great Spider-Man
And
villain.
that trailer sucked ass too.
Venom, those movies can work a little bit
'Cause they're
outside of
campy.
Spider-Man, but Venom is still Spider-Man's thing. Like, Venom's name doesn't even make sense in his own movie because the name happened after it bonded with Eddie, saying,
Yes.
we are poisonous to Peter Parker. We are Venom.
Yes.
But, tangent. Venom is the only one I think that actually can work on its own, because Morbius doesn't fucking work. I fell asleep 3 times trying to watch that movie just to do it for the
I
show
haven't
as a
even
joke.
Tried it, yeah. Where is it? What is it on?
It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. But
Morbid time.
but this character in particular,
yeah.
what do you're doing fucking anything to keep that Spider-Man license.
Yeah.
And it's insane. And I almost think they're jokes. I don't think it's a real movie. And, like, the thing is, there's some shots that I thought were kind of cool, and like I liked
Some of those costumes
I like
look
Sydney
kinda
Sweeney's
neat.
Julie Carpenter's Spider-Woman look, the black suit. That was sick. I like that. I thought the other Spider-Woman with the mechanical legs was pretty cool. And it's but there are some cool shots, but it's just like this is what people point to with superhero fatigue, and we are running out of
'Cause
ideas.
It's a needless fucking movie.
It's so pointless.
Here-
Who wants this movie?
Here's what I want to say about
I kept thinking you can stop at any time.
the Kraven the Hunter movie, the trailer that we saw. First things first, Aaron Taylor Johnson is a fantastic actor. He dis-a-fucking-peers into his roles, man. He's been in like 4 movies that I watched all the way through before I realized, oh, that was him. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Bullet Train?
No, but
He's
I want to.
fantastic in
Right.
that
Well, he's in. Right. Again, he looks completely different from all of his other. I love the actors like that. I love that shit. Just disappear into the fucking role. And so first of all, waste of an actor. And then the whole thing is like I don't even.
He could have been good in a Spider-Man movie.
Right. I don't even know.
Why does he get his own movie?
I don't know what the plot of that movie is, but if I'm going to do a Kraven standalone movie, it's going to be all about old Russian fucking traditions and breaking free from his father's iron fist. I mean, it's going to be a case study like the Joker was, kind of. You know what I mean?
And you could still do that in a Spider-Man movie. You could do the flashbacks.
I'm saying, if you're gonna fucking have to do a Kraven standalone,
yeah.
that's the way you do it. You study the character because the character is compelling before he gets to Spider-Man. Spider-Man makes Kraven the Hunter, but he was a hunter long before Spider-Man came along in the comics. He just realized, oh, hey, I have to come to America, and that's the next big game. That's what happened. And before he meets Spider-Man, dude, there's a whole fucking tapestry of stories with Kraven the Hunter and about just shit, man. Just make it a basic kid rebelling against his dad story. You know what I mean? But set it like in old world Russia. And oh, man, you could have fucking
But we also
killed
have
that
to
shit.
consider the implications.
Killed that movie.
Somehow this will be tied to Tom Holland. It could still be. Because
I know. Fuck.
we're saying that Mary and Ben are alive in this universe. Is this a universe where Peter isn't born? So we just have the Spider Women?
Well,
what's going on?
We have to assume. I think we have to assume that this movie and Morbius are both linked to Venom. That's what they're trying to do, right? They're in the same universe, right?
We're gonna segue into that because Spider-Man 4,
and we know Venom is from No Way Home. We know Venom is not in the same universe as the MCU.
Hold on,
So,
rumor has it that the next Spider-Man is gonna merge Tom Holland with the Sonyverse. I cannot tell you I am not how little excited I am because you've demonstrated, Sony and Marvel Studios, that you have established that all Spider-Man movies exist. Why not talk to Andrew Garfield, see if he wants to come back, and have Venom fight him? Like I've been saying since No Way Home.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people online have been saying,
Yeah.
you can still just continue the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
And just
with your Sinister Six movie and shit.
do that Sinister Six
Yes.
movie you wanted.
Leave Tom Holland in the fucking MCU, dude. Leave him in the MCU.
They're not gonna, and I don't think this is ever gonna happen.
You can have Tom Hardy flip over to the MCU every once in a while and shit.
Not even.
Or, you know, if he left the little drop of shit in the MCU last time, somebody else could become Venom.
Yeah.
A different Eddie Brock.
Who knows?
Just saying.
Point is,
fucking Sony, knock it off.
We don't want that.
Yes. No.
And honestly, dude, I bought them recently. I kind of want to go back because I did watch the behind the scenes stuff. And go back. I'm gonna go back and watch those Amazing Spider-Man movies and see if they were really as bad as I remember. Like the first one, it's okay. It's not bad.
The Lizard was pretty badass.
The second one, I loved it first. Then I watched it again and I hated it. And now I'm like, maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I don't know. But Andrew
it could be a lot like RoboCop 2. Remember?
Yeah. The point is also this: Andrew Garfield was never the problem of those movies. So I'm all for seeing him back as Spider-Man. And he still looks he looks young, and you could also say that the Peter we saw, we don't know how long it's been. Maybe it's been a few, and that's the beauty of you open yourself up to this multiverse and be like, hey, we don't know how long it's been since
you know,
Spider-Man
for
2.
basically an open book of like endless possibilities, you guys are really fucking boring.
And you're gonna go with Madam fucking Web.
Yeah. Endless possibilities.
Tyler, focus. You could make a Spider-Man 2099 movie.
Yes.
You could make a Spider-Man noir movie.
Oh.
You could make a live-action Miles Morales movie.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Better make sure I say Spider-Man Miles Morales, otherwise you'll be like, see, you did it. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Hate it.
Wow.
Sorry
about somebody driving in their car. That's usually me.
I destroy their ears. Sorry. But
also
you know what I
their
mean.
Speakers.
But you could do so many things, and you choose to make a Kraven movie, a Morbius movie, a fucking Madam Web movie.
No, you know what happened? No, Jared Leto showed up at the fucking Sony offices and was like, I'm going to make Morbius. And they're like, no. And he's like, we're going to have a naked hot tub orgy. And they were like, okay. You're Jared Leto. You're pretty.
It sounded like Nick Cage.
Hey, I'm Jared Leto.
I'm Nick Cage.
That's a drop right there, dude. I'm Jared Leto. You gotta make that for a drop.
This is Morbius.
I'm gonna make Morbius. I'm Jared Leto.
Point is this, Sony, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Put Andrew Garfield back in the suit.
Hey,
Let Tom Holland swing around the MCU.
Hey, Sony, fuck off. Hey, get my favorite drop. Get my favorite drop ready. I got something to say to you, Sony.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ew, fuck you.
Pretty much.
All right. Moving on.
That didn't land as well as it should have. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.